Shalom, everybody. So I'm right now at the Western Wall. This video is gonna be the most unique and special video I ever made my whole life, because I'm going to the Temple Mount. You can see it behind me. I'm going up, and I'm gonna walk you through the whole process of it. I won't really be able to speak during the tour itself because it could get me in trouble. And you're not allowed to do many things. I'm gonna walk you through that. We're just gonna switch to a microphone. So you can see that the entrance to the Temple Mount, the only entrance where Jews can enter, is right there behind me. We're going on the wooden bridge.
So here we go, we switched to the microphone. We are heading towards the only gate from which Jews and tourists are allowed to enter the Temple Mount. By the way, Arabs are allowed to enter the Temple Mount from 10 different Muslim-only gates spread throughout the old city. Here you can see that the Jewish group that I'm joining is placing their belongings. The religious Jews remove all leather clothing, be it belts, shoes, and we are basically right now getting ready to go through the security check. And this is truly exciting. Obviously, I couldn't film the security check itself, but here we are waiting to be led by security forces into the Temple Mount. This is a replica of the temple that stood thousands of years ago. This is truly remarkable. The Temple Mount is the holiest site in Judaism, as it is the place where two Jewish temples stood. Now, you saw that some people do not have their shoes on, and it is because some Jews believe that this site is so holy that they cannot walk with their shoes on out of respect to the holy site and to God, which is, by the way, a huge contrast to the way radical Palestinians are treating this site. But we are also visiting during a very busy time, the Passover priestly blessing. So it is already packed outside. Media is ready to film the priestly blessing, and obviously the Jewish visitors are very excited to visit the Temple Mount. Many of them visit the Temple Mount every single day. They are right now singing, dancing, being very happy, and so am I. By the way, one note is that all these religious Jews that go on the Temple Mount have to purify themselves beforehand, and they go and wash themselves in the mikveh, which is a Jewish ritual bath that is sourced in natural water. And here you can see police. I feel like this is a special police unit entering the Temple Mount compound, and we were told that there are going to be a lot of forces out there. So here we go. We are entering the Temple Mount through the only gate that from which Jews are allowed to enter the holy site. Now, this is, I'm so excited. I'm super excited to see this. Unfortunately, we are surrounded by so many forces. It's really saddening, I have to say, because today's situation is really not ideal for the Jewish people. Because while radical Palestinians are desecrating the holy place with flags of Hamas, inciting hatred and violence against Jews, store rocks inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque, carry out terrorist attacks and more, the ones who get punished at the end of the day are the Jews who are visiting the Temple Mount under really heavy restrictions. I mean, look at that. I really feel like we are walking in an aquarium. We were told beforehand, again, I couldn't film this, but we were told to only stick with the group. Do not go left or right unless you want to get arrested. Really, that's how bad the situation is. And of course, they said that this was for our own protection and safety. But still, this is the Temple Mount. So now we are looking at the Dome of the Rock. It has that golden dome. This is not Al-Aqsa. Do not mistaken the Dome of the Rock for Al-Aqsa. We will see Al-Aqsa in just a few seconds. It is a smaller building with a gray dome, not that one. And by the way, while we are walking, we are being watched all the time by the Palestinian media. And in just 1 second, we are going to see the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is the Dome of the Rock. Love these olive trees. I have to say, I really feel like this is a holy ground. This is the Al-Aqsa Mosque, by the way. We are seeing it right now. The feeling that I have while walking here, this is just unbelievable. This is where the two Jewish holy temples stood, and we have the privilege of visiting here. Israel recaptured the Temple Mount in 1967 during the Six-Day War, and it has been a dream, a 2,000-year-old dream of the Jewish nation to pray here and to visit here. But unfortunately, we are not allowed to pray or sing. And I have to say that the reason that we Jews go up here, in case somebody wondered, is because the Temple Mount is the holiest site in Judaism, which regards it as the place where God's divine presence is manifested more than any other place. And it is the place where Jews turn towards during prayer. Jews all over the world pray while facing the Temple Mount. And again, unfortunately, we are being watched. This is the Al-Aqsa Mosque, by the way. This is where all the tension and all the attacks are centered at. Palestinian radicals threw rocks, stones, and whatnot on security forces that are there in the first place just to make sure that there is order. So it's really sad to see how they are treating this holy site. We are right now walking, and you can see, this is so marvelous. You can see in front of us Mount of Olives. This is where it is believed that the Messiah is going to descend and enter the Temple Mount through the Golden Gate, which I'm going to show you also. I hope we are going to go through there. I think so. The path that we are taking is slightly different because of the tensions that are happening. So, we still are privileged to walk here. And as you see, we are witnessing stone throwing on security forces. Really pray for their protection, and we bless them. By the way, if I didn't mention this, Jews are forbidden from worshiping and praying on the Temple Mount. So you could really get arrested, get yourself into some really big trouble if you do that. Oh, that's so cool. Somebody recognized me from the videos and wanted to get a picture. Of course, I'm always so happy when I meet you guys. I think we are a huge, incredible family online. So it's always amazing to meet you guys in person, and thank you for what you guys are doing. Wow. And again, keep in mind, most of the people that are walking with me, they have no shoes on. Many of them have sandals, socks, and some of them are barefoot, no shoes at all. So you have to see, this is the path that Jews would normally take when visiting the Temple Mount. But we saw how the radical Palestinians put rocks on the path so that the Jewish worshippers who are walking barefoot wouldn't be able to go there. And you can see right now the rocks that they placed. This is really saddening to see how they are treating the holy site. And I have to say that the dirt that I'm seeing, this is just disgusting to see all these bottles, and I don't know what is it, but clearly this site is not being taken care of. And I do believe that if Israel fully controlled this site, then it would have looked completely different. Again, we are constantly being watched by both the Palestinians and the Israeli police. They are there to secure us, but also to make sure that we are not praying. You see that guy? You see that guy over there in the background? He's from the Islamic Waqf. He's there to make sure that no Jew is praying. And if we are praying, he's going to complain about it and cause problems. So this is really, really intense here. But I have to say that the reason the Jewish people chose to build their holy temple on Temple Mount was because they believed that this is not only the place where the world began, but also the location of key biblical events, such as the binding of Isaac. It is here where King Solomon built the first temple almost 3,000 years ago in the 10th century BCE, and it was destroyed in 586 BCE. The second temple was built on the same site in 516 BCE and was destroyed in 70 CE by the Romans. They only left the outer wall standing since it was not part of the temple itself, which is known as the Western Wall of today. Now, we can see that the Jewish group is praying and is worshiping God, but obviously you can see that the police is really enforcing them to stop and asking them to continue. And again, keep in mind, we are walking in this field. People are walking barefoot because the Palestinians blocked the main path that is usually taken by the Jewish visitors. I have to say, we talked about the temples. The Al-Aqsa Mosque, on the other hand, was built in 700 CE, over 1,200 years after the Second Temple was built, and 775 years after it was destroyed. So in case you wondered, Jews were on Temple Mount before any other faith. And according to Jewish tradition, a third temple will be built on this site during the Messianic age. So whatever is going to happen, we are expecting really interesting times. These are the stones, by the way, that they placed. I have to say that, so we are in the most important site in Judaism and the third most important site in Islam. But while we're talking about Jews and Muslims, it is also holy to Christians, because this is where Jesus visited many times, and both Jews and Christians believe that the Messiah will enter the Temple Mount from Mount Olives through the Golden Gate, which I'll show you in a bit. We are heading there. This is truly magnificent to be able to walk on holy ground, and I'm really privileged to be able to visit here whenever I like, and whenever, of course, the police is allowing Jewish visitors. According to the Gospel of Mark, Jesus attempted to cleanse the temple when it existed and drive out merchants and money changers from its vicinity, as he called it a holy place. Now, Jesus also prophesied the destruction of the second temple on Temple Mount, and when the second temple was destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE, the event was seen by the early Christians as a fulfillment of Christ's prophecy. Now here, again, you can see an Islamic Waqf official documenting us and complaining already that Jews are praying according to him. So this is a crime by Jews to pray and even to sing. And this is just, I have to say, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that today, in our century, it is a crime for Jews to pray on Temple Mount. This is just unbelievable. Now, you might be surprised, but there was also a church built on Temple Mount also before Al-Aqsa. It was built in 324 to 5 AD by Helena, the mother of the Roman Emperor Constantine I. She ordered to build a church there. So this is a holy site to really the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims as well. Now here we are visiting the Golden Gate. It is a very mysterious gate with a lot of history. But to sum it all up, I will just say that somebody thought that if they block the gate with cement, then the Messiah will not be able to enter the Temple Mount through the gate, as it is prophesied that the Messiah will enter the Temple Mount from Mount Olives through the gate. So this is really, really special to be here. It is the only gate that is blocked, obviously, and it is prophesied that the Messiah will enter through that gate that we are seeing right now and visiting. So I have to say that today, as you can see, the Temple Mount to be honest, it has always been the subject of conflict and remains so today, unfortunately. Israel liberated the Temple Mount from Jordanian occupation during the Six-Day War of 1967, as mentioned before. It's crazy that back then our troops waved here the flag of Israel and said the famous phrase from the war, "The Temple Mount is in our hands." But today, if I dare to raise an Israeli flag here, I will be arrested by the Israeli police and kicked out of the Temple Mount. It is under Israeli sovereignty, meaning Israel controls entry and security, but the compound is under the guardianship and control of the Islamic Waqf, recognized by Jordan. This is honestly the result of the peace agreement Israel signed with Jordan in 1994. And again, you can see that the Islamic Waqf is following us and filming and complaining that Jews are praying and the Jews are opening their lips. I'm serious. This is what's happening here. It's not a joke. This is the reality that we are facing. Literally, if I start and pray right now, if I start and sing right now, I could get in trouble. Now you can see that, and I have to say I like this. Most of the most of the members of this group, they do not care about this, and they do sing and they do pray. So I love that. I do want to see more and more Jews and Christians visiting here, worshiping here. By the way, we were also told that we cannot use bathrooms here. It is not for Jews, only for Muslims. And basically, to keep it a long story short, Jews and Christians cannot pray in public on this ground according to law, because you will be stopped by both Israeli police and the Islamic Waqf. Yeah, so this is just unbelievable that we have to live in this kind of reality. But I have to say, looking on the positive side, because you can get really upset with this. Looking on the positive side, we are able to walk here where the temple stood, and even though we are constantly being watched by this Waqf official, and we are being filmed by this official, we can continue to walk freely here as we are celebrating the festival of Passover. So, yeah, this is a really place of significance to the Jewish people. And again, I have to point out that this whole time, we are surrounded completely by police officers, security forces that are surrounding us and obviously keeping us safe, but also not allowing us to do anything that is forbidden, like praying or going elsewhere. It's like we're treated, and again, I don't blame the Israeli police. This is a result of the peace agreement. But we are treated with hostility by the Islamic Waqf, and we are treated like we are not welcome here. Even though we are the owners of this land, we have been here long before there was a name called, before the name Palestine ever existed, and before anything like that, all these crazy ideologies and ideas. Jerusalem, by the way, has never been the capital of any other peoples but the Jewish people. So let's enjoy this trip. We are close to the end of this tour, but always at the end there are surprises. That's unfortunately like that, because we are going to pass next to the Dome of the Rock. The Golden Dome, told you, it's different than Al-Aqsa. Now, talking about the Muslims, the Temple Mount is holy to Muslims because this is the place of the farthest mosque. According to one of the most celebrated dates in the Islamic calendar is the night journey, also known as Isra and Miraj, which took place around the year 621 CE. According to Islamic scriptures, Prophet Muhammad traveled from the Great Mosque in Mecca to the Temple Mount of Jerusalem on a winged horse known as Burak. When he arrived, according to the holy scriptures of Islam, he met with Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and other prophets and led them in prayer.
סלם מזין? יש כאן כהן? יש כהן, נו. אנחנו רוצים עם הפנים, אבל עם הפנים אליך. אמן. אמן. יעשו לך. חג הסוכות, חג הסוכות. הם ידיים, עצרו אותי. לא, ולמחרת ישחררו אותה. חבר. מתוך זה.
שמחה ולפניו
So again, I love it. The Jewish group just continued singing, couldn't stop singing, and couldn't stop being joyful despite this intense situation. But again, you can see that the police officer is asking them to stop. So yeah, this is just mind-blowing. I don't think that there is any place in the world like that where you are breaking the law if you pray. You are breaking the law if you sing. But again, welcome to the Temple Mount. You see these guys presenting the middle finger and cursing Jews. Literally, we are witnessing him cursing Jews for visiting the Temple Mount. And of course, the Israeli police kicked him out of there. But I'm sure that if somebody filmed it, they would have twisted the angle completely and would have put the blame on Israel for doing it. Now, these things only encourage the Jewish group to sing and to be more happy, because their violence, whether be it verbal or physical, it does not break the Jewish spirit. The Jewish spirit has been here long before them, so nothing can break our joy and our spirit. And here we are. This is the view of the Dome of the Rock. Unfortunately, you see this gate where the number 4 is hanging? The radical Palestinians would hang signs there, posters calling for Palestinians to show violence against Jews. And again, you see screams, probably directed at us. Unfortunately, you can see this Islamic Waqf official is not happy with me filming him, so he did facial expressions towards me. But I'll keep filming, documenting this historic special tour for you guys. I did go on the Temple Mount before once, so this is my second time. But last time I did not go with a Jewish group. I came with tourists, so I was able to be more free. Close to the end, you can see that since this is the location where the ancient temple stood, we are on Mount Moriah. You can see that the Jewish worshippers that I'm with are walking backwards, not turning their back on the Temple Mount. Now, this is obviously not a must, but it is a tradition that they show respect, great respect, to the Temple Mount and to this holy ground. Again, keep in mind, this is how Jews are treating the Temple Mount versus how radical Palestinians are treating the Temple Mount. They are using it as a base from which they carry out violence, incitement, and attacks against Jews, and we respect the site. We respect it so much that we don't turn our back to it. And also at the end here, you can see that Jews are literally kissing the ground and praying and singing joyfully. This is just so special. So again, thank you so much for walking with me here. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to stay connected to the Holy Land of Israel. Don't forget, I really appreciate this, and have a great day. Shalom, and may we all see peace very soon.
Yerushalayim
ותשכון בתוכה, כאשר